I'm sorry, I'll try harder.
Heartthrob Hotline,
Hello?
Chris Brown,
Don't do that.
explained.
Listen, there's been I'm coming. I got the video. I'm getting ready to upload it. Yes. There was some things that's been some changes in the schedule. But definitely tune in to Chris because come on, man. Let's give our boy some grace. Okay. All right. Now we know where he coming from. We know where he coming from. All right. Tune in. Okay, thank you. Hello, guys. I know y'all was like, dang, no, she didn't. No, listen, I'm here. Y'all have patience with me. Y'all ain't liking, commenting, and subscribing anyway. What I gotta do, bid for a subscription? Anyway, what's up, y'all? Y'all know who we doing this video about tonight. We talking about our boy Chris here. And let me tell you something. The reason why I had to do Chris, and I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Y'all know I love me some musicians or whatever, right? But I'm going to tell you, I have a real love-hate relationship with Chris Brown. And let me tell you why. Because I get so tired of hearing about the things going on in here with the media, right? And I'm like, damn, like, you know, Chris Brown got that kind of energy where you be like, oh, what he did now, girl. Oh, my God, what he want. You know what I'm saying? But he keep pulling you in. Now I know why. So let's get started, y'all, because I got definitely some good little tidbits in here, and once we piece it all together, I think we'll get a better understanding of why we all love Chris. Okay, Chris is just like all of the rest of us. He just can dance and sing, and he has a gift, and he is fighting the battle between his good and his bad, okay? But he's definitely fighting with God. Not fighting like boom, 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 God, like God is working with him, okay? So let's go ahead, because I'm so glad they got him out of England. England, you can't have Chris. You can't have Chris, baby. Anyway, y'all, let's get started. So Chris Brown, formerly known as Christopher Maurice Brown, is an American singer, songwriter, dancer, and actor. He was born May 5th, 1989 in Tappahannock, Virginia, to Joyce Hawkins, a former daycare center director, and Clinton Brown, a corrections officer at a local prison. He has one older sister, and his sister's a bank executive or something. Chris' parents divorced when he was 6 years old. So let's just go ahead and just do this, y'all. The change came when his parents split. A lot of times that happens. Kids, when there's a separation, that's why you'll find some parents trying to stick it out for the kids because the kids are affected. Chris suffered a lot after the divorce. Okay? Now, keynote that I wanted to mention here is Chris experienced PTSD stemming from watching his mother be abused by her then boyfriend. Chris had several memories of the couple's tempestuous relationship. Chris recalls the couple's abusive relationship. Brown said that when he was 6, his mother's partner shot himself in the head but did not die. The gunshot blinded the physical impairment only made it increase the stepfather's rage. So it partially blinded him, but it only increased his rage. And I'm gonna tell you something. I drop little tidbits about myself. That's similar to something that happened to me because my mom's boyfriend. I hated this man, right? I couldn't stand this man because of what he put my mama through. And when he was, I forgot how old I was. He was up there, and the dope boys shot him up, but they shot him up with a BB gun, and he lost one eye, but he ain't go nowhere. My mama still stayed with him. You understand? Because I don't judge my mom. I chose to leave the house instead of stay. You know, I moved out when I was like 17, but she stayed with that old thing. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. But the blindness or the semi-blindness only increased the stepfather's rage. Donnell, which is his name, would vent at Chris's mama. Chris recalled, I had to hear my mom get beat up every night. I'd pee on myself, just scared to even walk out into the hallway because I didn't want to see nothing. Now, we got to talk about something. Now, I know y'all probably say, well, Chris, why he doing it? Why he doing it? Why he did all that? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of the responsibilities that happen with our kids, we got to hold ourselves accountable and responsible for it, okay? If he saw his mama go through it and she stayed, that could be why he would go through it, because his relationship with Rihanna, they were fighting all the time, and she stayed. So that is like a sign in his mind, which is trauma bonding, which we already talked about it. One moment. I've exposed an example of what a trauma bond here. Take the time to read it, pause it. But basically, to break it all down, a trauma bond is something that mimics love. So, you be with somebody and they say something, they harm you, they abuse you, and then they come back and apologize, in which they soften the blow that they put to you, and it creates a relationship type bond, and you think it's love, but it's not. There are a lot of trauma bond relationships around, and we confuse them as being love. Okay, so we have got to know the difference. Trauma bonding and love is different, but they mimic. Okay? All right. Chris taught himself to sing and dance at a young age. He cites Michael Jackson as his inspiration, which we can tell by the way that he moved. Chris began performing in the church choir and local talent shows. However, it wasn't until he won a talent show performing the thong song at the age of 11 that he realized he could make money off of it. The crowd's response to the song is what made Chris realize he may be able to do this as a career. And thank God it did. I can't stand his fine self, but thank God it did. At age 16, Chris dropped out of Essex High School in Virginia in 2004 and 2005 to begin his music career. Chris was first discovered at age 13 by Hit Mission Records. However, it wasn't until Tina Davis took over and began promoting him to Island Devil Jam's music group, L.A. Reid, that Chris' career really took off. I sense that he had a very good relationship with this Tina Davis lady. I really do, because y'all had to get from down there. I don't belong down there. Chris' career really took off. It became more promising because Miss Davis really put a lot of time, energy, and effort into him. She was on a record label, and she was let go, and he wanted her to do it, and she really took herself in there. Davis then took Chris to Jive Records. J Records, and Warner Brothers. I knew Chris had talents, Davis stated. I just wanted to be a part of it. So she knew he had talent, and she just wanted to be a part of it. She wanted to promote him into, with us. 2005, 2006, Chris began recording his self-titled debut album. The whole album took less than 20 weeks. On June 13, 2006, Chris released a DVD entitled Chris Brown's Journey. Now, the thing about this is we're not digging into Chris. I'm briefing over Chris's career because I really want to talk about what the topic is, which is he's a heartbreaking heartthrob. Okay, he's a combination of everything our channel talks about. He's a success because he's been through so much, y'all. He continues to go through things because he battles with himself, but he also goes to God for help. So when you got a man that's willing to go to God and humble himself before God, this is why he's blessed, y'all. Okay? This is why he's blessed. And see, the women that he chooses to be with, they have to use discernment. But we as the society, we're doing our job. We love his music and we support him, because he has a talent. We're going to talk about it, though, okay? Chris Brown began acting in 2007 and 2008. He got roles in a short TV series, The OC, as a band geek. He also starred in the movie Stomp the Yard and was the opening act for Beyonce in her 2007 tour, The Beyonce Experience. Chris also released his album Exclusive. Okay, 2009, 2010, Chris released his fourth album, Graffiti and Mixtapes. In 2010, Chris released his Fame and Fortune. He also received 6 nominations for the BET Awards and won 5 awards, including Best Male R&B Artist and Viewer's Choice Awards. What I'm going to do when I'm done talking about all his accolades and stuff, his music, I'm going to put all his awards he's won. Okay? So stay tuned. We're getting ready to go into video 2.